Ciao everyone and welcome back to another episode of Learn Italian with Songs. We keep going with our Sanremo 2025 adventure and review, and we are almost at the end. And in fact today we are going to talk about Tra le mani un cuore by Massimo Ranieri. Now, as usual, let's start from the translation of the title. Literally speaking, it would be translated between the hands, a heart, as in having a heart between your hands. Okay. Now, I've seen some translations of this title, that of course is mentioned in the lyrics, translated as a heart between my hands, a heart in my hands. Now, I wouldn't translate it because the thing that in Italian you don't have a possessive pronoun is important. So, I'm going to give you some notes about the general meaning, and then I'm going to show you with the lyrics why it is important to omit, in my opinion, the possessive. So, what is this song about? Massimo Ranieri is the basically OG classic Sanremo Music Festival singer. So he's going to, and he brought several songs, classics about love. This is a love song. Usually his songs, many songs that became popular performed by him are about love, relationships, love stories, and whatnot. We have everything. Here we have a love song, but the nuance is heartbreaking, a love that has ended. Is it about breakup? Not in the classic way we would expect, in my opinion. Also, very important to remember that Massimo Ranieri is a performer. He basically receives songs from other artists, musicians, or other singers, and he performs them. And in fact, this is no exception because the song was written by two very famous Italian artists that are Tiziano Ferro and Neck. It was supposed to be just a part of one of the latest album of Massimo Ranieri, by Massimo Ranieri, but when he listened to it, he said, no, this one is for Sanremo. And to be honest, this is one of the most Sanremo old school music songs this year in the festival. So, why am I saying heartbreaking, ended love, but not really a breakup? Let's go and check out the lyrics. We start with an intro. The structure of the song is very classic. We have an intro, a verse, the chorus, the verse, the chorus, a bridge, a variation of the chorus, and an outro. It is very clean and straightforward. So, we start with the intro. Se hai tra le mani un cuore. If you have a heart in your hands, un giorno crollerai. One day you will collapse. Sollevalo da terra, lift it from the ground, comprendilo se torna stanco da una guerra. Understanding if it returns tired from a war. So, we start the song with a reference to the title, and I I think it is important to underline that Massimo Ranieri is around 70 years old, so he comes from the silent generation, and surely this incipit refers to the nowadays situation, geopolitical situation, but of course it also matches the generation of the performer, right? So now we have a wounded heart. Why I was saying that it works better in Italian without possessives? Because it is very general. One might interpret the whole song as like a lover who has to support the partner who's like wounded, right? Deep within the heart. But in my opinion, it could also be about compassion that we should show to ourselves, because it could be also related to having our own hearts in our hands. So a little bit like an hymn to taking care of ourselves. Then we have the first verse. Again, se hai tra le mani un cuore, if you have a heart in your hands, tu tienilo in alto, you hold it high, as in, I would say it in a metaphorical way, give it importance, give it priority, okay? Also, the heart can be also the metaphor for the feelings, so take care of your own feelings, take them into account. E amalo in ginocchio su un altare, and love it on your knees on an altar, che ogni tua ferita lo farà sanguinare, that since every wound of yours will make it bleed. So, another important part, Massimo Ranieri is from Naples, so from South Italy, and the influence of Catholicism is very important considering his background, cultural background. So this love on the knees in front of an altar, in front of a bleeding heart, is of course the connection with the church altar is quite clear to me. A bit like not worshipping, but having some holy dimension, seeing it in a holy dimension. A little bit like having your feelings, your heart, and you have to take care of them because they are probably your most holy part, okay? The most holy part of your soul, okay? And thus, it needs a certain level of respect and care. And the reason why I'm saying that these lyrics can be interpreted in various ways, it is because your wounds can make it bleed. Why? Because every time you do something hurting yourself, of course, you hurt your own heart, you hurt your own feelings. So having respect for your own heart and feelings is also a way to protect yourself. But it can also hint at the fact that every time you hurt yourself, you make everyone who loves you hurt as well. Because, of course, we suffer when we see someone we love suffering, because of the very human thing that is called empathy. And thus you can see it in these two ways, okay? Then we have the chorus. La vita intera con il cuore in mare. The whole life with the heart in the sea, at the sea. Il mondo l'ha già fatto a pezzi, eppure lì rimane. The world has already torn him to pieces, and yet there it remains. Why did I change the pronouns? Because the whole point is that technically here he's talking about the heart. The heart, it would be an it in English, but since we have the only two genders in Italian, it would be him, because il cuore is a masculine noun. Proteggilo dal freddo che c'è stato, protect it from the cold that has been there, e troverà la pace dopo quello che ha passato, and it will find peace after what it has been through. Now, the heart at the sea, I think it is again related to the background of the performer. Because in the end, yes, the song was written by someone else, but was written for Massimo Ranieri. And the fact that Naples is on the coast, of course, it is relevant because many people living in cities on the coast feel a deep connection with the sea. Right? Just like people living next to the mountains have this connection with the mountains. So, of course, it is true that in this case there is this connection, and that's why we have the concept of the heart, the feeling, the love, and everything that a heart represents, and the sea. Okay? And then like the other lines pretty much explain themselves. Then we have a second verse. Again, just like in the intro, in the first verse. Se hai tra le mani un cuore, if you have a heart in your hands, è come sfidare Dio. It's like challenging God. Consegnalo al suo destino atroce, deliver it to its atrocious fate, un bacio come un padre, poi il segno della croce. A kiss like a father, then a sign of the cross. Again, the Christian symbology comes once again and becomes clear. Because, of course, as I was explaining, Massimo Ranieri is a religious person. So, of course, all these metaphors are clear once this background is known. But just like we had the altar implying an idea of holiness around this heart, which is also a big part of the iconography, because, for example, the classic depiction of Christ or the Saint Mary with the heart in the middle that is shining and radiating holiness, like it is, I'm not religious, but being Italian and having studied art, this idea, when I think about the title, what is sung in the song, it comes to my mind those depictions of also the saints having their hearts between their hands in the center of their chest, radiating holiness. But also this idea that having a heart in your hands is like challenging God. Why? In my opinion, here, like at least to me, comes to mind, for me, it comes to mind one of the concept of love, one of the types of love. There are languages where different types of love are conveyed, the ideas of different types of love are conveyed by different words. One of these languages in the Mediterranean Sea that had influence on the Italic peninsula is, of course, the ancient Greek. Now, ancient Greek has different words describing different types of love. There is, for example, the philia, which is the kinship, the friendship, so the type of love you have with your friends that you consider on your own level, your peers, okay? Then you have the eros, which is the passionate love, the classic burning love typical of the lovers, okay? You also have agape, which is the purest form of love. Now, this type of love has a very peculiar description, or there is a very peculiar idea behind this type of love. In fact, according to some philosophies, some also poets and whatnot, there are two beings who can feel and give this type of love, so like the purest love, and they are God and mothers, because a mother is the closest thing you can have to God. And that's why in this line it came to mind this ancient Greek definition of love describing the purest type of love, because having a heart in your hands, so like someone giving, like trusting us, opening themselves and sharing with us their feelings, their life, and their love, it is something so holy and sacred that it is like challenging God, because it is the purest form of love. At least this is how I see it. But it is also implying an atrocious face, because what is the issue with having children, for example? And in fact here it is mentioned the figure of the father, often related to God, because this type of love is also described as unconditional love, so giving everything without expecting anything in return. And not expecting anything in return can it also mean to have faith in the person we love, because we cannot control, like this, the highest form of love, it is also free from control, just like a parent, here for example a father, who has to just kiss their child and let them go in the world and just have faith that they will be happy, that they will make it, and that's why the sign of the cross. Because to do the sign of the cross in Italian, it is, culturally speaking, it also associated to a wish of protection. So like, I don't know what is going to happen. I'm just doing the sign of the cross because I am basically asking God to protect me or someone else. So that's why the atrocious fate of this purest love, free of any control, is also trusting that everything is going to be good, is going to be fine. And the only thing we can do is to give a kiss, so to show affection, to give our love, and to hope that everything will be all right. Because the reason why this pure love, it is so holy, it is because also it is rooted in faith. That's why, in my opinion, this love song works well, because instead of talking about the passionate love full like this in songs, the unhealthy loves based on passion because it's all about passion, control and whatnot, this is exactly the opposite. This is the purest form of love a human being can conceive, and that's why this whole dimension of holiness and connection with religion makes sense. Okay, Blaue. Okay, no, because I am not speaking about the passionate, the passion love. I am explaining the pure love. Okay, so controlled hands movement. Anyway, then we have once again the chorus. La vita intera con il cuore in mano. The whole life with the heart in the sea or at the sea. Il mondo l'ha già fatto a pezzi eppure lì rimane. The world has already turned it to pieces and yet there it remains. Proteggilo dal freddo che c'è stato. Protect it from the cold that has been there. E troverà la pace dopo quello che ha passato. And it will find peace after what it has been through. Then we have a bridge, starting again with tra le mani un cuore, between the hands a heart, ma non lo puoi vedere, but you cannot see it. Non l'ho visto mai io, I've never seen it, neanche quando lo sporcai col rosso di un addio. Not even when I stained it with the red of a goodbye. And here the interpretation is very open, that's why it works quite well in my opinion. We have the dimension of faith. We can't see our feelings. We can't even more so see the feelings of other people. This also makes me think about the story of Saint Thomas, who refused to believe in the resurrection of Christ because he didn't see it. In fact, like, just to put it in perspective, we even have an idiomatic expression, a proverb, a saying in Italian, which is come San Tommaso non ci crede se non ci mette il naso, which literally translates as like Saint Thomas, he doesn't believe if he doesn't put his nose in it, or another variation, sei come San Tommaso che non ci crede se non vede. You're like St. Thomas who doesn't believe if he doesn't see it. And all these metaphors like make me think, of course, about these story, proverbs, sayings, and whatnot. And it when you don't see something, when you can't see something, it also it can also be seen, badumts, as a trial of faith, because it is one of the easy things. Like, I can see it, I can experience it directly, I believe in it, easy. But what if I don't see it, you don't see it? We need faith. And so again, this aura or holiness around this love. And then, not even when I stained it with the red of a goodbye, where here, however, it is addio, not arrivederci. Arrivederci is a goodbye that in Italian literally means let's see each other another time. See you again, literally. While addio, it is more of a definitive goodbye, because it literally means to God, addio, as in I send you with God, okay? So definitive, because when do you see God? When you die. Which is also a blessing, if you will. It could be seen as a synonym of che Dio sia con te, may God be with you. So there is this nuance, again, the symbology of faith. And the red of the blood of the passion, again, another color often related to the passion of Christ, right? Now, what is this red of a goodbye? It could be killing someone in a war. It can mean to lose someone in a brutal way, because we have this red of a blood, okay? So some heavy experience, some traumatic, violent experience, probably. So again, it works well because it opens to many interpretations. And then we have a variation of the chorus. E salverò il tuo cuore in fondo al mare, and I will save your heart at the bottom of the sea. La vita l'ha spezzato e lui continua ad amare. Life has broken him, and he continues to love, where we have in fact lui, not esso, so he, not it, giving a nuance of personification to this heart. Io ti proteggerò da quel che è stato, I will protect you from what has been, e troverai la pace dopo quello che hai passato, and you will find peace after what you have been through. Now, here it is a lot about compassion, about like being there for each other. And in fact, in one of when Massimo Ranieri presented the song, he said, this is a love song. It speaks about love, but it also speaks about friendship, because let's remember that being there for each other, to support each other, it is a type of love that you can have with your partner, and you should have with your partner, because of course supporting each other in each other's lives is part of partnership. But also you can get this very same support from your friends. So again, a love song, but embracing several types of love. And then we have the outro. Io ti proteggerò da quel che è stato, I will protect you from what has been, e troverai la pace dopo quello che hai passato, and you will find peace after what you have been through. Dopo quello che hai passato, after what you have been through. And that was the lyrics of Tra le mani un cuore by Massimo Ranieri. Now, first of all, don't worry, Gaso. Tomorrow we are on the dance floor because tomorrow's song is a bop. Like I'm not joking. It was made for the clubs, so tomorrow we clubbing. And today, actually, I wouldn't call it sad, to be honest. It is actually very sweet. Also, I recommend watching the official video clip. I managed to find it. I didn't know it existed, while I was looking for interviews and whatnot to Massimo Ranieri. I also managed to find the official video, which is a cartoon. It is a short animated little movie, which is very cute. I appreciated the art, so I really recommend watching it. It is very cute. I like it. But also, yes, the song is about a broken heart, but it is also about friendship, about kinship, about support, about respect for feelings and love, at the point where this love has a holy and sacred dimension. So it is the most important thing that we have to take care of. It is about compassion towards ourselves, because of course we can take care of our own hearts and mend the wounds, right? But also about others, keeping, like, supporting us and taking care of us. So in my opinion, yes, at first glance this song sounds a bit depressing and sad, but if you really lean into it, it is very sweet and compassionate, in my humble opinion. That said, gossip. Now, first of all, like in some, I don't know why, in some in like interviews they were like, "Oh, but Massimo, why do you sing about a broken heart and whatnot? Everyone loves you. It is impossible that you suffer because of love." And Massimo Ranieri was like, "Bro, I am a human being. Of course I suffered because of love in my life." And I was like, yeah, Massimo, like, what the fuck, guys? What's wrong with you? But also, like, certain complaints that I'm like, whatever, man. So, just like Marcella Bella, the song of Massimo Ranieri ranked quite low, because it ranked 23rd out of 29. So I'm not saying rock bottom, but close. Still better than Marcella Bella, who ended up last. But what's the thing? That of course he was like, well, of course my song ranked last, because my style, my type of song and my style are from the good old times, right? So it was like, because they interviewed him and asked him, are you okay with the fact that you ranked so low, and Marcella Bella as well, because both Massimo Ranieri and Marcella Bella won a Sanremo Music Festival back in the days. Massimo Ranieri is truly appreciated. He's a great artist. and performer. But of course, he was like a bit of space for the young people. Maybe a song like this would have won like 40 years ago, 30 years ago, but if I rank low, it's okay. Like, I'm here because I want to do this experience because I love the song. In fact, a beautiful interview because a journalist asked him, "So, Massimo, why did you choose to bring this song to the stage of Sanremo Music Festival?" I was like, because it's beautiful. Onesto. Che uomo. And in fact, like, but these new generations singing about like with the autotune, because I swear to God, guys, every time in at Sanremo Music Festival there is like, I swear to God, every year the debate. Autotune yes, autotune no. Because you know that, for example, in the Eurovision, the autotune is not allowed. You have to go full on live. And many people say, oh, if we keep allowing the autotune, because, for example, there was the whole thing, oh, but Ollie uses the autotune and he can't actually sing without the autotune. Ollie said he didn't use the autotune in his performance. Other musicians said he was using the autotune. I don't know. I'm no musician, so I don't know, honestly. But every time, Ollie is written with a Y, by the way. And the issue is that every year there is the debate, autotune yes, autotune no, because what if someone singing with the autotune wins and then we send them to the Eurovision and they do a bad performance, so they we lose and we appear like not competent and whatnot. Every year, bless you, every year this discussion is always there, like sicura come il Natale. So Massimo Ranieri said it is fair to organize a festival where you have different generations showcasing different styles. And bless you, Massimo Ranieri. 10 out of 10. Also, fun fact, Massimo Ranieri is not his real name, but Massimo Ranieri is like a stage name. Which is funny when people use like actual name and last name, but they are only stage names. I think the real one is like Gianni Calone, something like that. But yeah, so of course he said both me and Marcella Bella don't really care about the fact that we ranked so low. Probably the fact that we are having younger people in the top position is better, because it means that also the younger generations are voicing themselves, like are representing themselves. And I do agree, like these festivals seem to me very balanced. We had the different generations participating, showcasing different styles. So yeah, 10 out of 10, happy about this festival. Marcella Bella, for example, because many said, oh, how do you feel about that you were like in the lowest rank? And she was like, I don't care. Like, my song became viral on social media, which is the real stage, like, because like it is hard to have songs from older artists to make it big on social media and go viral. And I do agree with Marcella Bella. So the fact that she ranked last in the festival, but still managed to go viral on the social media, I'll take it as a win, and I totally agree with her, to be honest. And again, Massimo Ranieri, like his interviews are so incredibly sweet. But he's like, I'm here. I'm always a bit excited about going on stage. I never think like I made it. I always try to bring something on the stage and whatnot. But of course, it is just coherent that is going to bring a Massimo Ranieri classic Sanremo song on the Sanremo stage. It is his style. Of course, it is retro and vintage. Of course, it targets a very specific audience and demographic. But it works for that audience and that demographic. Also, let's remember that it also matches an artist as Massimo Ranieri. Massimo Ranieri is not only a singer, he's also a theater actor. Like Massimo Ranieri is a theater kid, and you can see it in his performance. And in fact, they are like this song is what I would expect from Massimo Ranieri. Is the placement low? Could be, but in the end, it is just right to bring what represents you. It is not trending anymore. Who cares? Like the fact of being invited to the Sanremo stage, for me, in my according to my perspective, is already a win. Right? So yeah. So that was something. What else I wanted to say? That because discussing about yeah, poor Massimo Ranieri had an issue because at certain point one of his capillaries in one of the eyes popped, so he performed during half of the festival with like a full-on red sclera. At first glance, some said, "Oh my God, he got the contact lens from Fedez." No, he had a health issue. Likely nothing too bad, but with the age it happens. Right. As usually say before the beginning of the Sanremo Music Festival, we like the lyrics of the songs participating in the festival are released. And of course, there are several reviews concerning the lyrics. So, one of the reviews I read from one of the the most famous authors, one of the professor for the Accademia della Crusca, criticized the lyrics because they are banal, like they are a bit cheap. And he said the only thing that will make it work is the fact that Massimo Ranieri is a great performer, and he is one of those, like we like to say, they can even sing the grocery shop list and they are going to do well. This is true, but I don't agree on the review of the lyrics. Is it true that the lyrics work because they are performed by Massimo Ranieri? Yes, I do agree with that, but we also have to take into consideration that the song was written for Massimo Ranieri. So of course, if the song works because it is performed by Massimo Ranieri, it is not a flaw in my humble opinion, because they are meant for him. So if the song works, It's not a flaw of the song. It means that it was a song, rightfully so, written for Massimo Ranieri. Now, because it is repetitive, the chorus is repetitive, the images, the metaphors are banal, there's nothing new. I don't know, like, are the lyrics simple? Like, is the lyric simple? Yes, I do agree on that. Is this something bad? I don't think so. I am a minimalist and something less is more, as one might say. I can see the references to the Holy Heart, il Sacro Cuore. I can see this holiness. I can see this type of love described. Is the lyrics a bit simple? Yes, but there are rhetoric figures nonetheless. For example, the alliterations of the R's. In certain verses. There was like a specific alliteration that now I am looking for. Certain metaphors are quite on point, if you ask me. The alliterations work, no, I don't remember how the anaphore are called in English, but basically the repetition to give consistency and structure to the lyrics work as well. The evolution of the story told in the lyrics works just fine. It is simple, but in the complex it works and it is totally okay in its simplicity. I don't judge the music because I'm no musician, but at least concerning the lyrics, in my opinion, it works. So yeah, I understand the low ranking because it matches the time, the lyrics are good, the song is good. Of course, it's not going to go viral like Marcella Bella because it wasn't meant for that. Is a very much Sanremo song. It is a very much Massimo Ranieri song, and that's it. Like, but it works. And I don't think that, I think that Massimo Ranieri should be happy about his result because he has a great career and it just bringing a song without the expectation of being in the top 5 or winning the festival, it is totally fine because he wants to bring a song that will work with a certain audience. The target audience and the target demography well received the song, so for me it's a win. It works. I'm happy about this song despite not being my genre. Very nice video clip. It's sad it is not that accessible, but I left the link in the description. That said, I hope you enjoyed this stream. Tomorrow we are going to almost finish the Sanremo 2025 music festival group of songs, and we are going to finish completely next week because I will use the song by Clara to do the transition towards the 2024 bunch of songs as requested. Then I have some requests to slide in the middle. We are going to do that. That said, once again, I hope you enjoyed this stream. Let me know what you think of this song in the comments. That said, grazie everyone for watching and arrivederci.